Supreme Station, Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin.
From the news desk at Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin, this is news around the world.
In the headlines, President Tinubu increases 2025 budget to 54.2 trillion naira. Senate approves termination of appointment of 3 resident electoral commissioners. PDP Board of Trustees affirm Ude Okoye as the party national secretary. And on the foreign scene, United States military plane carrying deported Indians land in Punjab. In business news, Kenya Airways apologized over mistreatment of Nigerians. In entertainment news, Kibali announced retirement after 36 years at Sky News. And in the world of sports, Super Falcons forward Ijami Lucy moves to China. Again from the world of sports, Super Falcons forward Ijami Lucy moves to China. Good evening and many thanks for joining us for news across the world on Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin. I am Omonike Babatunde. You can listen to us via our website at www.diamondfm.net or watch us live on Facebook at Diamond 887 FM. You can also download our app on Play Store, Diamond 887 FM. We'll bring you details of the news after this break. Don't go away, please.
We've all heard about home fires taking lives and destroying all that a family owns. These tragedies are reminders for us to double-check for fire safety. Make sure your home has properly installed and working smoke alarms. Practice a fire escape plan. Never leave cooking food unattended for long. Teach children never to hide but leave if there's a fire. Switch off all electrical appliances when not in use. In cases of fire, remember, the most important thing to do is to protect lives first.
This message is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin.
You're welcome back from that short break. Now the news in detail. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has raised the proposed 2025 budget from 49.7 trillion naira to 54.2 trillion naira, citing additional revenues generated by key government agencies. The president conveyed the budget adjustment in separate letters sent to both the Senate and the House of Representatives, which were read during plenary today by the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio. According to President Tinubu, the increase was driven by 1.4 trillion naira in additional revenue from the Federal Inland Revenue Service (FIRS), 1.2 trillion naira from the Nigerian Customs Service (NCS), and 1.8 trillion naira generated by other government-owned agencies. Following the announcement, the Senate President has referred the President's request to the Senate Committee on Appropriations for urgent consideration. He assured lawmakers that the budget will be finalized and passed before the end of February. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved an increase in the retirement age for doctors and other healthcare workers from 60 to 65 years. The National Publicity Secretary, Nigerian Medical Association, Dr. Manir Bature, made the disclosure in a statement today in Lagos. Bature said the coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Pate, had been directed to formally present the approval of the Council on Establishment through the Office of the Head of Service for finalization. He said Pate conveyed the policy shifts during a high-level meeting with the NMA president, Professor Bala Haudu, and key stakeholders in the health sector. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has urged the military to thoroughly examine the concept of jointness, leveraging emerging technologies and innovation to tackle the country's security challenges. Tinubu said this today when he spoke as the special guest of honor at the 2024 Chief of Defense Staff Joint Task Force Commanders Conference at the Defense Headquarters, Abuja. Represented by Defense Minister Mohammed Badaru, the president implored all the services to continue to work together to ensure multi-agency synergy on all fronts. The president urged the military to take a comprehensive approach, exploring every aspect of jointness in detail to ensure they are well equipped to address the various security threats facing the country. The Nigerian Senate has approved the termination of 3 resident electoral commissioners who have been suspended since 2023 for flouting the provision of the Independent National Electoral Commission Act. The approval followed the request from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu urging the Senate to terminate the appointment of the embattled state resident electoral commissioner for Adamawa, Sokoto, and Abia. Those whose appointment will be terminated include Dr. Nura Ali from Sokoto State Resident Electoral Commission, Barrister Hudu Yunusa Ari, Adamawa State Resident Electoral Commissioner, and Professor Ikemefuna Chijioke Uzochukwu, Abia State Resident Electoral Commissioner, respectively. According to the plenary, which was presided by the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio activated the relevant provisions of the Constitution and approved the termination of appointment of the affected commissioners. The People's Democratic Party's Board of Trustees has affirmed former National Youth Leader Sunday Ude Okoye as the party's National Secretary. BOT Chairman and former Senate President Adolphus Wabara made these announcements at the ongoing 80th Trustee meeting in Abuja. Recall that on January 31, PDP governors, led by Bauchi State Bala Mohammed, endorsed the Court of Appeals judgment and urged the National Working Committee to implement it. The forum also distanced its members from Senator Samuel Anyanwu and confirmed Ude Okoye as the party's National Secretary during a meeting in Asaba, Delta State. Wabara stated that the decision was made after thoroughly reviewing all the issues and documents provided by Ude Okoye and Anyanwu. A public affairs analyst, Comrade Lawal Olariwaju, has said it's unfortunate that the country is now in the era of revisionism, a situation where past events are brought back to light for personal gain. He stated this while featuring on Diamond Breakfast Show monitored by Praise Honor, while making contribution on the video released by political activist Najat Mohammed against Nuhu Ribadu, the National Secretary Advisor to the President. Comrade Olariwaju stated that our system of democracy and governance in Nigeria is not transparent enough as the government is for us through their words and against us through their actions, adding that Nuhu Ribadu should give reasons for his change of view instead of denying the claim.
I was the chairman of EFCC. I was already an adult and I know what is going on. And there are different publications where he listed the 5 most corrupt governors. The president today was top of that list. The secretary to the government of the federation, George Akume, then the governor of Benue State, was on that list. Orji Uzokalu, who is a senator now, was also on he was then the governor of Abia State. He was also on that list. And Anefe Ibori, the governor of Delta State, was on that list. Lucky Igbinedion, the then governor of Edo State, was also on that list. And there are several publications in the dailies where he made those statements, or those statements were attributed to him. I think what he should have done is to go back to those news publications and tell them to recant it if those statements were not from him.
Meanwhile, commenting on suicide committed by a 200